Two of your former pastors wish you well. Frank Brower wanted to know all about you. And Kent, I was inquiring about everyone, and I told him I tried to tell a joke every once in a while to remind the people of it. So here it comes for today. There are several of your friends today in the mountains. They are deer hunting. And Dorothy had a word to say to me last week, and I said, I have one for next Sunday. It comes from our sister church in Murray, the Murray Baptist Church. A group of Alabama friends went deer hunting and paired off in twos for the day. That night, one of the hunters returned alone, staggering under the weight of an 8-point buck. "Where's Henry?" the others asked. "Henry had a stroke of some kind. He's a couple miles back up on the trail," the successful hunter replied. "You left Henry laying out there and carried the deer back?" they inquired. "A tough call," nodded the hunter, "but I figured no one is going to steal Henry." The Gospel from St. Luke. Jesus told them this parable to some who trusted in themselves that they were righteous and regarded others with contempt. Two men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee, the other a tax collector. The Pharisee, standing by himself, was praying thus: "God, I thank you that I am not like other people, thieves, rogues, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give 1/10 of all my income." But the tax collector, standing far off, would not even look up to heaven, but was beating his breast and saying, "God, be merciful to me, a sinner." I tell you this man went down to his home justified rather than the other. For all who exalt themselves will be humbled, but all who humble themselves will be exalted. Around the world today, this text is read for our hearing and instruction. And as I noted, some churches now call this moment the teaching moment. It's not a sermon any longer, it's a teaching. So let's see what we can learn from the text. 3 times a day, the Jews went up to pray. At 9, at 12, and at 3. The priests marched to the temple. At each service, there were about 8,000 temple workers on duty. They sounded the ram's horn. The musicians and the singers all got ready, and they began to sing, and what was it but the Psalms? That was their hymn book. They were the Pharisees, the separated ones. They were the only people entitled to let the blood flow for the sacrifices of the people. The separated ones. They resisted all Hellenization. They did not like Greek ideas nor Roman customs. Here are some of the things they believed, and see how many you believe. They believed in the immortality of the soul. Is that a check? They believed in the resurrection of the body. They believed in the existence of spirits in another world. Check for you. They believe that one is rewarded or punished according to their deeds. That punishment comes in the future life, not here. They believe that all evil people will be imprisoned under the earth. They believe that the righteous will live again and will live on the earth in other bodies. You like that one? You don't want to give up your old body, gain a new one? They conformed to the law, and God's grace was only given to the doers of the law. 613 commandments. Do them and you shall live. The intent of the heart was less important than the outward act. They had a strong religious presence, and they were the best people in the nation. John the Baptist called them a generation of vipers. Jesus denounced them as self-righteous, hypocrites, inattentive to the weightier matters of the law, and fault-finding in others. They were perfectly sincere people, and they were of the highest character. We, in theological and Protestant and Catholic circles today, give the scribes, the Pharisees, and the Essenes a bad rap. They were devoted people. They had their own good and well-being and the well-being of the nation in mind. They all sought to follow God in their own way. They were extremely proud of themselves. They had